Hey there, friends. How's it going? My name is David. I am a database management intern at the National Peace Corps Association, and today we're going to be helping you with report creation and report customization in the SilkStart database. Very excited to be finally doing this for everyone. SilkStart is a very powerful, very cool tool to use, and sometimes you might just not know how to use it. So we're here to help you all out. Um, in this video, we're going to teach you how to use the report generation and report customization tools to create these powerful and informative reports and to leverage your data to better understand your members using the all-powerful reports tool that SilkStart has available to you. You could easily create reports using their drag and drop report builder. It allows you to save your reports for quick access later. And you could even export it as a CSV file for additional data manipulation, whether that's in Excel or some other statistical analysis program. And you could even move data into applications like QuickBooks. So there's a lot of fantastic stuff to do here. We're very excited to get everyone started. This video will be in two parts. It'll be one straight recording, but just for ease of use, we'll do a two-parter for everyone. The first half is just going to be me showing you how to navigate to the create report section, because that could be a little tough to get to. And afterwards, I'll do a quick breakdown of the report categories that are available under that create report page. So that's the first half. The second half is going to be a bit more technical. We're going to get into report customization and the various mechanisms and tools the database has available to you for data manipulation. So without further ado, we'll get started on this. I'm here on my home dashboard. My real name actually is Database Management Intern. If you check my birth certificate, I can prove it. They call me Database Management Intern in the office too, but hey, job's a job, right? But anyway, in regards to getting to your Create Reports page, we're going to navigate to this pane here on the left, and we're going to click on this Manage button. So we'll give that a click. Lots of data here. This part of the page is probably going to be covered up in the final edit because there are real names on here. But anyway, if you notice this Manage Network column here on the left, you have a lot of things to choose from. But in terms of getting to your Create Reports page, we're going to click on this last option you have here in the column that's called Manage Reports. So we'll give that a click. Now this is going to take you to a new tab with current existing reports. In regards to report creation, we're going to head over to the right and we're going to click on the Create Report button, the green Create Report button. Fantastic. And that will take you to the three report categories. And this is where I'll give the quick breakdown of each of these. You have three to choose from, as I just mentioned. You have membership reports, you have events, and then financials. Membership reports show data related to your group's members. That includes contact information, country of service information, membership status, financial history, and event attendance. So this data may be used for a number of purposes. That includes IDing specific groups of users, generating data for mail merges or mailing labels, and analyzing membership trends. So lots of cool stuff you could do with the membership report category here. Event reports show data related to your organization's events. So that includes event dates, times, locations, generated revenue, invitations, and attendee information. So this data is really great for monitoring registration status, especially if you're running multiple events, creating event sign-in lists, and analyzing event outcomes. So lots of fantastic stuff you can do with the events category here. And last but not least, we have financials. Financial reports show data related to individual transactions and invoices. That includes prices, taxes, information about the item being paid for, and some information about the person transaction or invoice was processed with. Lots of cool stuff we could work with here. That includes bank account reconciliation, measuring revenue from each type of member plan, and reporting income from event or conference tickets. So obviously financial reports are very important. So Lots of cool stuff we could do here, and lots of cool stuff we could do with all of these. Um, so that really covers the first half of this video, I guess the less technical half. So we should have shown you how to navigate to that create report button, and hopefully we gave you a good breakdown of each of the report categories. So now in the second half of the video, we're going to show you the report customization and the various data manipulation tools available to you right here in SilkStart. So let's get started with that. So this half will entail report customization. There's a couple tools I will show you how to use, and after that I will show you all how to save and export the reports for later viewing or for further data manipulation. So before we get into the report customization tools, I forgot to mention previously, this page here is for creating new reports, which is primarily what we're going to be working with. But I wanted to point out one thing if we go back to the previous page here. You saw in the first little half, I just mentioned this, that you click this green Create Report button. Well, it's essentially what the button says to create a new report. Now this page here we're reviewing on, before we click this green button, is where current reports exist. And you can see all these here. And they're also organized via the three categories I mentioned: financial, membership, and event. These are current reports. So once a new report you have created is saved, it will show up under one of these, depending on which report you created it from. So I just want to point that out. So we'll head back to here. And today we'll be doing a little tutorial with a membership report. So we're going to use this all members report here under the new report option we have. It's going to look a little different than an actual all members page, just to protect the privacy of people in this database, because initially when you pull this up you would be seeing full names and other personal information and stuff. So we'll click on this. It's going to look a little different when the page returns, but we'll still be able to get our point across and help you guys out with this. So let's click on this. Okay, very cool. So we have an all members report here. It just shows right now just first name and date joined. Notice the layout here. You have fields you could drag in. We'll get to those in a second. Some grouping box here. If you want to sort people by a certain characteristic in one of these fields. Some filtering, a lot of options there. And we'll get to this in the last part here, this little download button here. So first we will address adding and removing fields. So to add or remove one of these fields here on the left, you could simply drag the column headers into or out of the report preview. And this report preview box is this giant thing here in the center. So let's see. We can grab and drag last login. So if we go to that filter here, we'll click on that. And so drop a field in, just drop it in between any of the columns right here. You see this little gray bar that pops up, just release that and it'll drop in here. Don't worry about any of these, this just means that the user here never logged in, so the field would be blank. We could also drag out fields that are currently in the report preview. So we have first name here, and we could easily grab that and drag it out of here just to display last login and date joined. So very cool. We'll drop first name back in here. Oops, there it is. The same thing applies for any of these fields. Great way to sort your data, and it's basic, but it certainly does a lot, especially when you're working with massive databases such as an all members one. Right now, if you try to download this, SilkStart will kick back because there are too many people in that, too many people in this report preview. So the next tool we could show you here is the grouping tool. Grouping data helps you to generate quick statistical info by collecting rows which share a common trait. So you could drop any of these fields here to this grouping row, the green rectangle, to create the grouping. And as stated, this creates the groupings based on the values within the field that you dropped it. So let's see, we could take status right here and drop it right here. See how the green rectangle here in the columns highlights where you want to drop it. So we sort these by status. And status here means active or inactive members. So all members under here are active. This is just a preview, but if you keep scrolling, we will, oh my, that's a lot of entries. We will eventually hit a status grouping for inactive individuals. Now, to take the group out, you'll see this group by column right here. You click this little triangle here, and you could click remove group by. That will get rid of it. You'll notice how the group option stacked into here. As you can see, it's much easier to work with a grouping field to show who's an active member instead of having to read each of these down individually to distinguish active or inactive. So we'll take this right out of here. Now, you could also filter data, which is incredibly useful, especially as we saw down here, you have this many entries to go through. You have a ton of filter options available to you. You can drop this down here. I think we'll do country of service. Seems to be really nice, and say I don't know, Morocco or something. Right. So we type Morocco in, and wow, very cool. So this actually filters every individual here who served in Morocco during their time volunteering for the Peace Corps. So very cool. This also greatly cuts down the amount of entries within here, and we're going to hold on to that filter so I could successfully show you how to download this stuff later. The last tool here we have is the sorting tool. So sorting allows you to sequence data in a way that makes it easier for you to find information you're looking for. There's no sorting applied on any of these right now. I found that they work best for strings or for not numbers. So we could sort first name here. You have sort ascending and sort descending here. So I guess we want to do Z to A instead. We can click sort descending. And very cool. Yeah, check that out. That's amazing. So now instead of A to Z, we see Z to A. Very useful if you're trying to search for maybe an individual whose last name falls on the lower end of the alphabet, and you don't want to have to suffer through scrolling through a giant spreadsheet trying to get to the bottom. You could flip it around and sort it this way. So those are really the big four report customization tools available to you. We had adding and removing fields, grouping, filtering, and then sorting. The last part of this here would be saving and exporting the reports. Now to create a new report, I showed you guys this on the previous page here, where the report would show up under current existing reports. You would go to this green create button. We click on that. You can title the report whatever. I will title it test report or something like that. And because this stems from a members report, it will fall under the members category after the report is created. So as you can see, test report now exists. Here's the title. So yeah, very cool. If you make any changes to this, such as dragging in another field or something, so we can throw status in if you'd like. We could click on the save button, and that will save the report again. So the last part here is report downloading. Depending on the amount of entries in your report that may affect whether or not SilkStart allows you to download the report. I believe it's 5,000 entries or more. Now here we have about 1,600, almost 1,700 entries. So we should be good to go to download this. This will download into a CSV, and from there you could take it into Excel. Numbers, it'll automatically go to a numbers file if you're on a MacBook like me. And you could really bring it anywhere, QuickBooks, wherever you please. I do data analysis at the NPCA here, so it's very helpful to have the CSV download button available to me when we bring it into other more advanced statistical analysis programs. So we could click on this here. The reason for exporting box could be blank, but just for fun, I could type why not? Because hey, why not? Let's download it. We hit OK, and it should download momentarily. Awesome. Okay, not sure if we saw that, depending on what parts of my screen were captured by the screen recorder, but it just went in as a CSV file down here. So very cool. That's it for this video. Today we showed you how to navigate to the report creation, create a report, and do report customization on it with the various tools available to you in SilkStart. Thanks so much for watching. We hope this helped you all out. Again, powerful tool SilkStart is, but sometimes you might not know all the functions available to you, and that's why we're here. If you have any questions about SilkStart's reports tools, you can email NPCA group websites at peacecorpsconnect.org. Thanks so much for watching. Hope this was helpful for you guys, and have a great day.